Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, good. So then let's get started, right? And if you remember, last time we were speaking about rivals and people in competitions, and there were two little texts about chess rivals and about basketball rivals. Yes, which one did you read last time? You read about basketball rivals, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I read, yes, about basketball rivals.
Rivals. Okay, that's so good. What can you remember about the teams?
I there was match, да?
Mhm. Yeah, that's right.
Match between USA team and USSR, SSR. Правильно я говорю?
Yeah,
USSR
USSR team, that's right.
team.
Uh-huh.
And USA team was a favorite team during for many years.
Mm-hmm.
But in this match, in the end of the match, USSR team do
In the past.
done
Did.
did uh, something remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
And they got
Mm-hmm.
won.
They won. Yes, won. They won. Exactly. And this was quite unexpected. Yeah, because as you said, the US team had been the favorites. Yeah. However, the Soviet Union team, how can you describe them? What kind of players were there?
Mm.
Were they young and unexperienced?
USA,
No, USSR.
they were
Mhm.
tough and determined.
That's right. They were more experienced, yes. However, the US team, they were young, with not a lot of experience, right? That was probably the reason. Okay. Hava, let's try one more time. So the US team were the favorites because до этого они много выигрывали.
Because they
Мгм.
had так,
Мгм.
because they
Мгм.
had won
Мгм.
many times before.
Before, very good, very good. Yes, lovely.
Если they used to won,
You need past perfect, simple or continuous, because they were the favorites and you need it even before. So,
they used же мы используем то, что раньше повторялось много раз. They, может быть, they had used to won.
ну, не получится, к сожалению, да, потому что тут надо показать все-таки порядок действий. Поэтому если бы у нас не было before that, да, то мы бы могли использовать used to. All right. К сожалению, не получится, потому что нужен past perfect до past simple. Used to грамматически является, ну, past simple, грубо так говоря. Поэтому, к сожалению, не получится. So, yes. Ага.
Могу спросить, пока не забыла. Вот я не совсем поняла разницу между used to и would.
There is no difference. They mean the same.
В тесте были ответы, что надо было выбрать либо used to, либо would.
Yeah. Have a look. In most cases, they have no difference at all. But there is one little but. You can't use would with state verbs. State verb, yeah, for example, think, like, love, have, and so on, right? State verbs are not used with used to, with would.
Mhm.
Not with, would. That's all. That is all, right? So, for example, I can say, when I was a teenager, I used to go to the country to visit my grandparents.
Mhm.
Or as a teenager, I would go and visit my grandparents.
Mhm.
As a teenager, I used to have short hair. It's not true, but anyway, I used to have short hair, but I can't say I would have.
Mhm.
So would is only with action verbs.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
the meaning is the same,
Mhm. Okay.
right? Got it. Very good. Okay, so and now we're going to look at these adjectives, yes, which you have already used. You have already used a couple of them, like tough, remarkable, determined, and stuff. Today we are going to check out these fantastic adjectives which are given in our students' book. Right, so you can see here determined, thoughtful, competitive, stubborn, arrogant, and so on. Hava, could you look at them and check out which ones do you already know? I will mark them, the ones you know.
I already know determined,
Very good.
competitive. A
Determined.
stuff word is something
Uh,
что-то знакомое.
Okay, if you're not sure, we will leave it alone for now. Okay, determined, competitive. What else?
Reasonable, confident,
Reasonable, confident. Very good. Look at the second text.
unexperienced, remarkable, and other. I didn't know.
Okay.
I hadn't known before.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's start with the ones which we already know. Okay, which we already know. Here in exercise 3B, you can see the definitions. Let's try to match the adjectives we already know with the definitions. Then I will help you with the new ones. All right. So, for example, someone who always tries to very hard to win, it's competitive. How do you say it in Russian? Have you got any ideas how to say competitive in Russian?
Целеустремленный.
Можно, да, у которого есть дух соревнования, да, тут именно про соревнования, любит соревноваться. So it's a person who likes or who tries very hard to compete, yes, competitive. I will check how, what's the best option in Russian, yeah, one moment. Мгм. Конкурентный, да, конкурирующий, сопернический, ну, в общем, кто любит конкурировать. Okay, right. Look at other ones and match the ones we know. Let's try out.
Refuses to change.
Mm,
Refuses.
mhm.
Maybe stubborn.
Very good. Exactly. Stubborn is someone who refuses to change his or her mind. Stubborn. Yes. Is it a good or a bad adjective? Positive or negative?
I think it depends
Mhm.
situation.
Right. Well, in fact, it is a negative adjective in English, right? So this is stubborn. If you want to say something positive, yes, the person would not change the mind, yes, and would do what he or she, thinks is right. That would be a strong-willed, okay? But stubborn is always a negative word. Mhm. Stubborn, как упрямый, но вот именно negative, упертый такой. Right. Okay, what's next?
Believes in his own abilities.
Mhm.
I think it's confident.
Confident, I agree with you. It's confident. Okay, move on.
Does things you don't expect.
Mhm. Does things you don't expect. Mhm.
Unpredictable.
Unpredictable, very good. Yes, Unpredictable. Yes, we know the adjective predictable, and unpredictable is the opposite. Yes, it is the opposite. Confident also. Okay, unpredictable. Well done. Go on.
Has little knowledge or experience.
Mm-hmm. It's easy.
Yes, unexperienced.
But have a look the prefix inexperienced. Yeah. Unfortunately, the negative preposition is not always un. Sometimes it is in, ear, ill, and so on. We need to check it out. Inexperienced.
Behaves in an unpleasant way because they feel they are better than others.
Right.
Arrogant.
Arrogant, exactly. Arrogant. This is again a negative adjective here. Stubborn, arrogant. So arrogant, if anyone thinks he or she is better than others. What do you think? How do you say it in Russian? Arrogant.
Высокомерный.
I think so, yes. Высокомерный. Very good. Okay. 7.
Is fair and sensible. Fair, what means fair?
Fair, справедливый.
Справедливый.
And sensible, такой разумный.
Determined, maybe. Determined.
No. Sorry?
Doubtful.
Oh, also not. Let's leave it and we will get back to it.
Doesn't let others stop them achieving their goal.
Okay. Doesn't let others stop achieving their goals. Doesn't stop them achieving their goals. Okay. And this would be exactly целеустремленный. Никто его не остановит.
А тут же как doesn't let, не позволяет другим остановить их достижение их цели.
Их имеется в виду, вот здесь человек будет. This people или this person doesn't let others to stop him or her achieving from the goals. Тут с местоимениями вас немножко запутали. Если doesn't заменить на don't.
Doesn't же, здесь значит кто-то один.
Да, но когда вы не знаете, какой пол у человека, мужчина, женщина, непонятно, тогда можно использовать местоимение they. Yeah? Because you don't know, is it about a man or a woman? Yeah? So if I say it's a person who doesn't let others stop him or her achieving his or her goals, yeah, then it's easier. But if you don't know the gender, you can often say they, them.
Okay. Is strong and not afraid to fight. Tough.
Tough, yes, strong, tough. Tough is very interesting word, yeah? It can mean very strong, yes, and afraid and not afraid to fight. You can also speak about something difficult. Yes, it can be also tough. For example, oh, I had a really tough day. Yeah, so my day was, well, had a lot of activities and it was rather difficult. Yes, or the sportsman is really tough. That means he or she is strong. Okay, very good adjective also. Let's see what else we have.
Is quiet and serious. Quiet and serious.
Yep. Quiet and serious.
Maybe Quiet and serious. Thoughtful.
Thoughtful, exactly. Thoughtful. Mhm. How do you say this in Russian?
I
Mhm.
think I thinked
I thought, yeah.
I thought that
Mhm.
it's задумчивый, but
Um,
quiet and
yes,
serious, задумчивый не особо.
ну, немножечко подходит, да, такой думающий, я бы вот так сказала, да, thoughtful, задумчивый или, ну, думающий человек, да, который serious and who would analyze the things, yes, who is not very emotional, but who thinks what to do next. Okay, so this is a thoughtful. From the word thought, мысль, да, то есть он такой мыслительный, yeah, thoughtful. Let's see, what's the best way in Russian? Вдумчивый, вот. Yes, вдумчивый, good one. Okay, so what's next one?
Is not afraid of taking risks.
Mhm.
Not afraid of taking risks.
Mhm.
Bold.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay. Which means in Russian, smelly. Bold. Okay. So we've got number 12 then.
Surprise other people in a very positive way is remarkable.
Remarkable, very good. Okay, so then we need to get back to number 7 and 8.
7.
And we've got 2 words, yes, determined and reasonable.
Determined, we decided that it's 8.
It's 8. Didn't I write it? Yes, determined. Okay, I didn't write it, sorry.
Is fair and sensible.
We've got only 1 word left, reasonable.
Reasonable. Reasonable, yes.
Reasonable. Again, from the word reason. Reasonable, that would be разумный. Reasonable, разумный. Yes, разумный. So the person who makes sensible decisions, right? Who also thinks before doing, right? Okay, so couple of new words, but not too many. Yes, we have already had many of these adjectives. Okay, let's try them out. Can I clear it? Can I clean it up? Yes, okay. Let's give it a go. I'm going to close up the definitions. Look at the text and maybe you remember the definitions, okay? So I will take my notes up so that I see them. All right, so Hava has a little knowledge or experience of something.
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced, very good. Always tries very hard to win.
Competitive.
Very good, brilliant. Refuses to change his or her mind, which is a negative thing.
Stubborn.
Very good. Okay. Someone who believes in his or her abilities.
Confident.
Yeah, right. Someone who does things that you don't expect.
Unpredictable.
Yes, super good. Okay. Someone who is not afraid of taking risks.
Bold.
Yes, that's right. Someone who is quiet and serious.
Thoughtful.
Thoughtful, or thoughtful. Thoughtful. Someone who is strong and not afraid to fight.
Tough.
Tough. Someone who doesn't let other people to stop from achieving the goals.
Determined.
Surprises others in a positive way.
Remarkable.
Remarkable. Okay, that is super good. Okay. Right. So I'm going to clear it out. Now we're going to listen to some sentences. You need to rephrase the sentences using any of the adjectives. Okay, I will show you how we are going to do it. For instance, the first will be speaker. She is usually very fair and sensible. You need to say, she sounds quite reasonable. Yeah, fair and sensible is reasonable. Okay, so we will need to say using the adjective. Let's try.
Unit 3, Recording 4. 1.
She's usually very fair and sensible.
Okay, you say.
She sounds quite reasonable.
Okay, let's go on.
2.
I hate him. He thinks he's better than everyone else.
Okay.
I hate him.
Yes, he
Okay.
thinks he's better than anyone else.
He's arrogant.
He's arrogant. Yes.
3.
You won't win. He's strong and not afraid.
You went win, она сказала.
He'll win. Давайте еще раз проверим.
He thinks he's better than everyone else.
Okay.
3.
You won't win.
You won't win. Exactly. Huh?
He's strong and not afraid.
He's strong and not afraid. He is he is tough.
He's tough or he's bold, right? Tough is very good. Okay, go on.
4. She never changes her mind. It's really frustrating.
Yeah. So?
She... А почему sounds?
Ну, звучит, что она такая. She is, это мы прям утверждаем, да, что человек такой. She sounds, звучит, что она как будто кажется, что она какая? She sounds
stubborn.
Stubborn, that's right. She sounds quite stubborn.
5.
She doesn't know what she's doing. She hasn't done this kind of work before.
Что вначале было? She didn't
She
know.
doesn't know what she's doing, yeah. She hasn't done this kind of work before.
She sounds quite inexperienced.
Okay, inexperienced, very good.
6.
You won't be able to stop him once he's made up his mind.
7.
To stop him.
Right, and here is a good phrase. He's made up his mind. To make up one's mind means to make a decision.
Determined.
Yeah, he sounds quite determined. Okay. Right, and the last one.
He believes that he's good enough to win.
Oh, no,
8.
not the last one.
Sounds quite confident.
Yes, very good. Okay. 7.
8. You'll be surprised, amazed even, when you meet her.
Maybe remarkable or unpredictable.
I think remarkable. Yes, she sounds quite remarkable. Okay.
9.
You never know what he'll do next.
Yeah, she sounds quite unpredictable.
Yes, very good. Okay, unpredictable.
10.
She always tries hard to win.
Mhm.
He sounds quite competitive.
Competitive, very good. Okay.
11.
She's quite serious and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
She sounds quite thoughtful.
Very good, brilliant. And the last one here.
12. He's not usually afraid of taking risks.
He sounds quite bold.
Bold. That's right. Okay, brilliant. However, you could remember all of them. Yes, and that is great news. Okay, I'm going to restart the page now, and I will ask you to try to use your memory already. Yes, if possible, do not use your notes. Check out. I will have here some questions. 10. I will try to make them all visible. Okay, can you see them all?
10.
Yes, 10, exactly. Right? Okay, what I would like you to do is first a minute, work individually and think which word with which adjective is missing. If possible, do not use your notes. Try to remember. For example, number 1, what is missing?
How competitive?
Competitive, yes. Would you say you are? How competitive, yes? Okay. Now work individually, look at other ones and think what is missing.
Okay.
Mhm. Mhm. Do you need a moment more?
Yes.
Okay. Let me know, yes, when you are done.
Right done.
Okay, perfect. So first, let's compare the adjectives, all right? And then we will ask and answer some of the questions. So number 1, competitive. Number 2.
Thoughtful.
Good. Okay, number 3.
Determined.
Determined. Okay, number 4.
Confident and arrogant.
Arrogant, confident and arrogant. Good. Okay, go on.
Unexperienced.
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced and unpredictable.
Predictable. Okay, then the 6.
Stubborn.
Stubborn. Yes, the 7th.
Bold.
8.
Tough.
Off. Okay, 9.
Reasonable.
Okay, and remarkable. Brilliant. Okay. So now, Howard, choose any 5 questions you would like to ask me, and I also ask you some of the questions I've chosen. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so let's start with any question you would like to ask me.
Margarita, how competitive would you say you are? Do you always have to win?
That's a very interesting question. To be honest, I've never taken part in any competitions, or maybe a long time ago when I was a teenager. So now these days, I think I'm not very competitive, but I still like to achieve good results and achieve good goals. So on the other hand, I think I'd prefer to work in a team rather than to compete with my colleagues or with people I work together. Right. Okay. Hava, and what about you? How competitive are you, do you think?
I can't remember that I took part in some competitions, but if it is about studying or learning, I always, как это было прикладывать усилия?
Okay, I always make a lot of efforts. Make efforts.
Made a lot of efforts when I was in university, and before day of the exam, I never slept.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah.
Slept, да?
Slept. Slept.
Yeah, slept.
Yeah.
Because I use this time to learn. And I always think that I always thought that I have to got best mark.
Okay. So quite competitive, but you compete with yourself, right?
Compete with myself. But now it's difficult because I have kids. And when it's necessary, I try to do this.
Hava, and what about your kids? You got boys, yes? They are both boys. How competitive are they? And do they often compete with each other?
Yes, they often compete with each other. They compete when they eat something. Who is faster?
Right.
Finish? Who is faster to finish?
Yes, who's faster to finish? Good.
Who's faster to finish? Who is Who is faster to finish? Одеть.
Who is faster to dress up? Yeah.
Dress up pajamas and something like that. And then when one of them wins.
Wins.
Then other then other is cry.
Okay. Right.
Cries.
Yes.
Then it's maybe fight.
Okay. Right. Rather tough. Yes, you have to be rather tough.
Yes.
To manage these situations. All right. I can imagine. Good. So Hava, choose the next question, please. Any, yes? Any you like. We're not going to ask all of them.
Where is the line between being confident and being arrogant?
Okay, that's a very good question. Maybe not very easy to answer. I think confident is the person who knows what he or she is doing and it's more about yourself. However, arrogant is the person who thinks that he or she is better than other people. Sometimes even not knowing the topic well or not having a lot of experience or knowledge. Even in this case, he or she thinks that he's better than the other people. The confident person just knows what he or she does. Do you agree?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you.
Also, another one, which is interesting to ask you, what do you think is the best way to convince a stubborn person to change their mind?
I think the best way is when the person when the person sees consequences of his actions.
Yeah, it's true. Right. So you need to provide some convincing arguments, right?
Yes, because by the words, it's made difficult to persuade him. But when he see what when he see
Is
his when he see his when he see what he done, he can make some conclusions.
yes. Okay. Right. When he see or he sees.
When he sees.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. Your turn. Choose the question for me then.
Margarita, are you a thoughtful person? Do you do things to help others?
I try to be thoughtful, and I try to think about other people, and I try to help other people also. So when I can and when I know that a person needs help, I'm always ready and happy to do that. Yeah. But sometimes in a routine, we may forget about things, right? But I'm trying my best. Right? Okay. What about you? I'd like to ask you the 8th one. What do you think it means to be mentally tough?
Mentally tough. I think it means when that the person are confident and сказать не подвержен.
Is not affected.
Is not affected some doubts, some doubts and fears, страхи же, да?
Fears, yeah, fears.
And expect a good result.
Okay, expect something positive. Yes, positive results. Okay, that's a good idea. I quite agree with you. I think this is, the person who doesn't get stressed or depressed easily, can cope with stress. Okay, good. Your turn then.
Margarita, who is the most reasonable person you know?
Okay, that's interesting. That's a good question. Reasonable person I know. I would say that is probably my mother, because she's already got life experience, and very often she would first think and analyze the situation and then make some decisions and take some actions. So yeah, she is usually not very emotional because of different cases. Yeah, so she's able to think and to take right actions in the situations. Right? Okay. Okay. So, all right, let's look up to number 5. Yes. Would you be more insulted if you were called inexperienced at your job or unpredictable?
Я не совсем не поняла вот последнее. Могли ли бы, бываете ли вы оскорблены,
Да.
когда вас называют неопытным или...
Или, ну, такой непредсказуемой в работе. То есть на вас положиться, получается, нельзя.
Predictable. I think when I think that if I hear something like that, it will be a reason for develop my skills.
Yes, that is.
It's not so pleasant to hear, but it's a reason to do something, to do more.
Yes, to practice more, right? To be more responsible and something. What I think inexperienced is not always bad, yes, because experience is something what we get by doing, right? But unpredictable, it's probably more, let's say, like a character, yeah, which probably should be changed if the person wants to be a good part of a team. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, good. Right, okay, so we actually managed to ask most of the questions, right? Maybe a couple of them were not discussed, but that is still fine. All right, so Hava, I think actually you remembered the adjectives so well, and I'm going to create a Quizlet anyway for the group, yes, to help remember the adjectives a bit. Okay, and of course, I will ask you to practice a little bit in your online homework, or for guys just on the workbook. Yes, so and I will also ask to do a bit of listening in students' book. I'm going to write it all.
Окей, Маргарита, я отправляла вам тесты, наверное, где-то неделю назад, может быть.
А посмотрите, мне кажется, я вам все отправила.
Да? Все. Почему-то я не увидела.
Check it out. Давайте проверим. Я точно знаю, что я проверяла вас.
Да, 24-го отправлю. Почему-то я не очень, почему-то у меня пропадает уведомление в Телеграме.
Ага. Ничего страшного, посмотрите, ага.
Я теперь вижу, ага.
Да, может, просто открыли, знаете, не заметили, так бывает.
Может быть, да. Иногда дети берут телефон.
Ну вот, может быть. В общем, да, все проверила. По-моему, все, что могла. Yes, you're welcome. Okay. If any questions have, feel free to text me, yes? And then I'll make some explanations, all right?
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. So have a good time today. Have a good rest after the birthday party and see you next time.
Thank you.